How did you know my name?
By eavesdropping.
That can land you into trouble.
I know.
Big Bill Eld was only in a handful of titles during the golden age of gay erotica, but his unforgettable image and legacy have endured the test of time. On this episode, we're going to celebrate Bill Eld, a star whose career began as big as his, well, and faded into obscurity just as quick. This is Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off. Bill Eld was born William Eld in Rochester, New York in 1945. Eld's father left him and his mother when he was an infant. His mother, finding it difficult to raise him by herself, gave him up for foster care before finally putting him into an orphanage. In high school, Eld became a cross-country star, and upon graduating, Eld would go on to attend Monroe Community College and eventually became a physical education teacher. At one of his races, Eld had such a strong lead, he began to show off and caught the eye of a spectator who later approached him and told him he owned a gay bar. The man would ask Eld if he wanted to dance there, and before long, Eld was leading a double life as a college student during the week and a wild dancer on the weekends. After this, Eld moved to San Francisco and began working a job as a shoe salesman in Union Square. He would also work as a dancer at the Condor, a popular nightclub in San Francisco that was frequented by men and women, and eventually began hustling when men offered him an obscene amount of money for him to pull his pants down. After this, Eld moved down to Los Angeles and became a full-time hustler. Eld arrived in Los Angeles in 1972. He went out on an interview after seeing an ad and met Don Whitman, a talented physique photographer, who became the first to photograph Eld. This was Eld's gateway into straight porn, acting alongside Jim Cassidy.
Just what have you got for me?
A big kiss for the sweetest virgin in the whole world.
Eld, however, chose to do gay porn, specifically because he would stand out more, but also didn't have the interest in marketing himself like other stars of the era. He would hang out at the Big Cup, a popular cruising diner in Los Angeles, where he was spotted by a producer and would appear in The Measure of a Star. To keep himself afloat, Eld also worked as a dancer at the Pink Pussycat. Filmmaker Toby Ross's film, Reflection of Youth, propelled him into superstardom overnight. From there, Eld worked with Colt Studios and for directors Jack DeVoe and Peter Derome. He had a short, successful run, but from here on, his use of cocaine got worse till no one would hire him. Eld married in 1975 and wanted to go back to school. He returned to New York where he was unable to get work for lack of usable job history. He once again fell back on hustling, where his drug-fueled lifestyle got the better of him. Eld and his wife eventually divorced. Eld had a reputation of being moody and difficult to work with, something he attributes to his honesty. He worked in other jobs, such as food inspector, and eventually ended up as a janitor for adult theaters around 42nd Street in New York City. By this point, his teeth were gone and his beauty had faded. Eld inevitably wound up roaming the streets of New York with a shopping cart loaded with all of his belongings.
Well, I guess there's only one way to satisfy curiosity.
What's that?
By finding out. Just like there's only one way to overcome temptation.
What's that?
By giving into it.
It is not really known just when or how William Eld, Big Bill Eld, passed. Some speculate it was due to drug overdose, while others say he died of AIDS. It is suspected that Eld passed away at some point in the mid to late 80s, and he was cremated and his ashes were scattered on Potter's Field on Hard Island. Bill Eld's looks were as Americana as it gets. He was one of the most seductive and alluring celluloid icons. But he was a star without a spotlight, a name without a backstory, a body that still echoes through time. And he didn't need words, he didn't need fame. He just needed to exist for a moment and let the rest of us imagine the rest.
I'll see myself out.
You've been watching Demystifying Gay Porn. I'm your host, Ike Grande. Demystifying Gay Porn can be found on every podcast directory as well as YouTube. Demystifying Gay Porn is on X, Facebook, Instagram, Substack, Threads. And if you like what you're watching or listening to and want to be a part of the process, head over to patreon.com/demystifying gay porn, where you can support this podcast and YouTube channel, and I can continue making content like you've just enjoyed. As always, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, leave a comment, and let me know what else you'd like me to cover. This is Demystifying Gay Porn. My name is Ike Grande, and if you watch gay porn, I've definitely helped you get off.